evening, everyone, and welcome back to the lands of Aecathan, where a group of people, I'm guessing most would say, have played D&D way too much in their life, show how little they care for the opinions of others as they decide to play D&D a little bit more. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Good. Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Good to hear. Tonight should be fairly interesting.
Scary and frightening.
Always a little worrisome when the DM says something like that.
Well, you know, I like to think every night is a little interesting, but...
Some are
tonight,
more interesting than others.
Well, yes, that's kind of the way the whole playing D&D thing goes.
He's going to kill us.
However, you don't start off every session with, tonight's going to be a little interesting.
Right. Which translates to, I'm going to kill you all.
Well, he tries every week.
It is my job as a dungeon master to try and lead you to face threats that are difficult, hopefully not unsurmountable. If they're unsurmountable, I did something wrong. So the key is I try to kill you all, but never succeed. That's the mark of being a good GM.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know.
Keep
Anyway.
telling yourself that. Should work out just fine.
Last time, the new Adventurers 4 had made their way across the desert, sans cat, and had found their way to the southern fishing village of Sandy Cove. There you found your way to an inn to stay at for the evening and actually reconnected with Osmond, who you had met as he was escorting his son Aaron to the Tower of Azenor. You happened to be at the same crossroads and spent the evening chatting around their fire and getting to know them, and you have since had opportunity to visit Aaron at the tower, but this is your first time in Sandy Cove, so your first chance to visit with Osmond, who it turns out is the recently elected mayor of Sandy Cove.
Yay!
He's had the position for all of about 3 weeks. But you found him in the Princess, which is the inn known as the Ranger's Princess. And you reconnected with him and sought his aid, which he was happy to provide, which didn't materialize until the next morning, but you went looking for someone capable of casting a sending spell in case he should need to get in touch with you. And you were introduced to Rosalind Northcott, the alchemist, the owner of the Radiant Blossom, who is a bard and is able to do so. And you found out at some point that the mayor's residence is a structure known as the Eyetower, and it used to be a wizard's tower before the wizards sort of abandoned it. And it has since been the residence of the mayor. And he mentioned, after you asked him if there happened to be a teleportation circle somewhere here in Sandy Cove, he mentioned that there was a room, the top floor, not the roof, but the room directly below the roof, is locked, and although he has a key, he has been unable to get into the room. You made an appointment with him to join Rosalind to see if there's something that she could do to help provide access to this room so all of you could find out what was in it.
Yes. dying to know.
You also went shopping and purchased a tremendous amount of tropical fruit, none the least of which were 2 crates of coconuts. Well,
Yes.
one for yourselves and one to take back to Aloric at the Ivory's Wrath in Thunder's Edge when you're all done.
We should look for like weird and interesting liquor for Aloric.
That would also be interesting. Are we still on the beach?
New hobby.
You might want to
Yeah.
give a couple of the coconuts to our baker friends too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Hugh and Sar might be able to do some interesting things with those as well, yeah.
Macaroons.
Yes. So, when we last left the group, they were basically enjoying being on the coast of the Great Southern Bay and just sort of relaxing on the beach, basically just killing time before dinner and bed because Rosalind wasn't going to be available to go look at that room until the following morning.
No, she was going to look at it at 5 o'clock when she was done.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah, we're still at the beach, and then we were going to go back and meet everybody at the...
Oh, okay. For some reason, I
Thank
had in my
you.
head it was the following morning, but all right.
No, because we need to leave the following morning.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So,
On the road again tomorrow.
all right. So, we rejoin our group as they are
Sorry.
relaxing on the beach.
I'm skinny dipping.
Same.
You are. You both are.
It's amazing how easy it is to swim. I mean, I've never actually tried before, but this is great.
You're still not really doing it.
I
What
don't
you're
know.
doing, this is called wading.
Okay. So I should go deeper.
No, stay where you are.
Well, then how will I learn how to swim?
Well, the key is, if you don't mind my saying so, you're supposed to let the water hold you up. At least that's been my experience. And if it doesn't, then you drown. But fortunately, this is salty water, and that seems to hold people up a little bit better than non-salty water.
So try lifting your feet up
I lift my
and
feet up
floating.
and go immediately under. I come up spluttering. Did I swim?
Nope.
I don't think so, but you didn't drown either, so...
Close enough.
Oh dear. All right.
And Sakuthos sort of, unshoulders his pack and sits it down and takes his jacket off and takes his shirt off and his shoes and comes wading out, this tiny little figure. And he walks out until the water is about up to his armpits. And then he holds his arms out and says, "Now watch what happens when one of those waves comes in and then goes back out." And the wave kind of washes past him, and as it goes back out, he just leans back into the water and floats, and the wave kind of carries him out a little bit and then back in. And he kind of, gets back to his feet and says,
It's a matter of you have to believe that the water's actually going to hold you up, because it will. But you sort of you have to surrender to it. At the same time, you can't possibly surrender to it. It's not easy to explain.
You have to relax your body. Relax your muscles. Lie on your back and float. And I do it.
I watch them carefully, and then I try to do the same thing. Does it work?
"Make an athletics check."
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
So that's a 27.
Perfect. You do exactly what they did. You tell your body to relax. As a warrior, you have pretty good control over your muscles, and you tell your body to relax, and you do exactly what Sakuthos did. You wait out until you're about armpit level, and then the wave washes past you and actually, like, washes over you a little bit. But then as it starts to come back away from the shore, you just lean back and you float.
This is great.
Yes,
Never get to do this back home.
well, just be careful. I don't know what the tides are like here, but just make sure you keep an eye on the shore, because it can and will sort of drag you out to sea.
Oh, there's sea. Oh my.
Something's going to drag me out to sea?
Well, yes, the water will, because it keeps going in and out, but it goes a little further out than it comes in, and so it keeps pulling you slowly further away from the shore.
Okay, so I start doing the breaststroke, and I show her how to do that. And I, you have to make sure you kick your legs at the same time that you're moving your arms, and that will allow you to move through the water.
Yes, that is swimming.
This
What you're
wasn't
doing?
Swimming?
No, what you're doing right now is called floating.
Oh.
But that's a good start. A lot
Yes.
of people can't even do that.
No, if you can't float, you can't swim.
Okay. So I guess I'll see if I'm able to do the breaststroke.
All right.
That would be a 24.
Hey.
Yes. You must be part otter. Because you seem to, for someone who's been brought up in a desert landlocked environment, you seem to be taking to this whole water thing very quickly.
This is so much fun. I wish I had had more opportunities to go swimming before.
Well, no time like the present.
No, you said you grew up in Thunder's Edge?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there's really no place to swim there, unless you like swimming in sand.
Right. Which gets everywhere.
Oh, yes, I'm well aware of that.
But this is great. I mean, I have, traveled to places that have water, like rivers. I've never tried to cross one, which is probably for the best, I realize now. So
Yes.
this is good. This is a good skill to have.
Wait,
it
if you try this sort of thing in a river, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to both float and swim, because the salt, I think, makes the water a little thicker, and so you float easier. But in rivers, that's water without salt for the most part, and it's not
Fresh.
quite as thick, and so you don't tend to float as easily.
And it's usually got fast currents. So it will
Yes.
take you from one place to the other quite fast. If you don't want to go that way, then.
Well, some rivers, yes. Other rivers, it's sort of like, very, very, very gentle. Sort of, if you put a leaf on the surface of the water, it would go about this fast.
I've only seen the gentle ones.
Well, that's good.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
if you ever look in a river and you see white instead of the bluish water, that means it's going very fast.
Good to know.
Because
yeah, I've really just been in the grasslands and, of course, the area around Thunder's Edge.
well, right.
Call out from the shore. Really good job.
Thanks.
I think I'm going to actually take a dip myself now that you seem to be doing fine. And you see him just jump a little bit out of the water and head first under the water, and he vanishes.
What is he doing?
He's
Drowning?
swimming. No, he's okay.
I thought the goal was to be on top of the water.
That is one way to swim. You can also swim under, but that's more advanced.
How do you breathe?
You have to come up.
That's seems like a lot of trouble.
Indeed.
And you hear, "Ooh, that's very refreshing." And you look, and about 10 feet further out, you see his head just kind of bobbing in the waves.
Wow.
Mm.
He's a good swimmer.
I'm going to show you how to do a different type of swimming. So I do the crawl, and so I do arm, kick,
And breathe.
and breathe.
I give it a try.
Yes. You have to turn your head to breathe.
I get a 25.
Again, you figure it out. It's a little disconcerting putting your face completely in the water, but you quickly figure out. You just turn your head and it's above water, and you take a breath, and then you turn your face back into the water and exhale, and it makes bubbles. So while all this is going on, Arabelle, what are you doing?
I'm watching because I'm not gonna take all my armor off or go
Fair.
swimming in the armor. So
Right. Well, yeah, that would be bad.
yeah, so I'll sit and maybe take my boots off and curl my toes in the sand.
All right.
Just enjoying the sunshine and watching Gwenlaryn learn about water.
After about 15 minutes or so, you see Sakuthos appear back in the shallow water. And he comes walking out of the water, and you see that there is something attached to the waistline of his pants.
What do you have there?
I don't know, but it seemed to want to ride, so I thought I'd give it a ride to shore.
Is it an animal?
I'm trying to think what the desert equivalent would be.
I go over to help him get it off of him.
It's about a foot in length. It's kind of a dull grayish red color.
Ooh, is it a leech?
2 pincers which are hooked onto his pants. And it's got this sort of weird segmented tail. It almost looks insect-like.
Lobster?
A scorpion?
Lobster. Oh, you know what a scorpion looks like.
Right, that's what I'm like. Is this some kind of water scorpion?
Well, the tail tapers down, but then it fans out at the end, and it looks almost like scales at the very end, but they don't seem overly sharp or hooked. There doesn't seem to be any place that venom would come out.
I go to help him take it off his shorts.
Well, thank you. I don't know where it wants to go. It hasn't said anything yet.
It's not going to talk to you.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's not that smart.
Look, does it have gills?
Do lobsters have gills?
I believe so. That's how they breathe underwater.
Then it would have gills.
Then I put him back in the water.
Oh, so it didn't actually want to ride to shore.
No.
Well, then what the hell was it doing attaching itself to me?
It probably got caught.
On
Maybe
my
it just-
pants?
Maybe you were in its area and it was trying to protect its area. But we'll put it back in the water and it'll go back to where it was supposed to be.
Oh, well, all right.
Anything with that much armor seems like it's a danger.
Bye. I said bye.
It's not going to talk to you.
Damn.
Hilarious.
Well, still, it was interesting.
Yes.
Little red-gray water bug.
Yes. I don't know if I've heard if they're good eating or not, but I probably not. I don't know.
Well, make a history check. I'll allow this because you are such the fan of various types of food. You are what we would call a voracious eater.
I am. Alt tab. I'm working on one. What'd you say? History?
Yes.
15.
You are thinking about it and recall running across this in you recall seeing it in a restaurant in Costed's Wave one of the times you were there. But it didn't look like this. It was bright red.
And I tell everybody about that.
And it was bright red on the plate.
Yeah.
That it was served on, and the person eating it was just like ripping pieces of it off and sucking the insides out, basically.
It was rather
Disgusting.
it was rather awakening. It looked really nice until they started picking it up and ripping it apart, and then I decided I didn't want any.
People eat strange things.
Have I
We
had
do.
it?
Make a history check.
Uh, 19.
When Zorith mentioned bright red, you suddenly recalled there was a dinner that you went to with your parents where they were serving delicacies from the south, and they were serving these, and you recall it being, I don't know, however you would describe the fact that they did not serve these to the children, only the adults. So you didn't have an opportunity to try it.
Mm.
The adults seem to enjoy it.
Yes. Well, most of them. Some of the well-bred ladies who were there balked at the idea of tearing apart a water bug for their dinner.
They're probably poisonous. That's why they don't give them to the children.
They're not
I
poisonous.
think they're a delicacy and probably too expensive for children.
Oh, well, should I go get it back?
No.
No.
There might be
It-
others out there. I could see if they want to ride too.
Preparing such a dish would be pretty time consuming.
Oh.
Well,
And
I think it would be hard to store them without them going bad.
yeah, that too.
Oh. So, sort of the same as fish. Except
Yes.
I don't suppose you could smoke these things because they wouldn't get through that carapace of theirs.
They
Yeah.
boil them.
Right
Oh.
in their own armor.
Yes. And then break them open, and I think there was some kind of butter sauce that you dip it in.
Everything's better with butter.
Well, that's true.
Well, what time of the day is it now?
It's probably mid-afternoon. Maybe a little past mid-afternoon. You've got some time still.
Did we eat lunch? All of this talk of food is making me hungry.
I don't know.
I don't know. We had a big breakfast.
Well, did we bring like a picnic or something?
Sure.
I think we. Yeah. we've
I
got-
think you
Got
brought.
a
I
lovely
think
bunch
you.
of coconuts.
I think you brought a little bit of breakfast with you.
All right. Well, I get out a little bit of breakfast and have some nosh. Does anybody else want something?
I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
I wade back into shore and start looking for my clothes.
They're right where you left them.
Yeah, I put my clothes back
You
on.
basically come out of the water and just follow the trail back to where you started taking them off.
Just put them on in reverse order.
I put my clothes in a pile, so I just put those back on.
It's funny.
My clothes are sandy and soggy now.
That does happen.
You do notice, all of you, that, there were two very attractive naked women frolicking in the water, and it's like Sekuthos didn't even notice or pay attention at all.
That's fine.
I walk over to Gwenlaryn and I prestidigitation her clothes back into dry, clean.
Thanks.
I do that for myself.
Did you see me swimming?
I did. It looked amazing. You
That
did it
was
so
really
well.
Cool.
You did it so well.
For someone raised in a desert, you definitely seem to be a natural in the water.
Cool.
Learning new skills all the time.
And new experiences. Maybe Sekuthos's patrons have something.
Well, I did get a sense that they enjoyed the little water bug.
Oh, that's good.
So that's something.
Nice. I'm just gonna. Is it all beach? Are there any trees or anything, or is it just all straight beach?
It's all straight beach up into grasslands.
Boo. Let me see here.
There are a couple larger rocks.
How much time do we have before we have to return?
Couple hours.
Probably. What time were you planning on? It was after 5, so probably an hour and a half until 5 o'clock.
All right.
Probably start heading back.
Oh, I was gonna. Is there some beach sticks on the beach?
Oh, I'm sure there's driftwood. Yeah.
I was gonna make because we brought our rolls, right? Oh no, I guess all of our stuff would be
Yeah.
back at the. I take off my shirt and I find 2 sticks and I put it so like it shades me a little bit from the sunshine, like she did with the horses, and then I'm just gonna kind of relax in the sand for a bit.
Okay.
Until it's time to go.
Me too. I sit on one of the larger rocks
Okay.
and just kind of enjoy the sun.
Sekuthos gets dressed and just starts wandering north along the beach.
Follow him, just to see.
Okay. He's not doing anything really interesting. He, if he sees an interesting looking rock or an interesting looking shell or some strangely shaped piece of driftwood, he'll pick it up and sort of do an extensive examination of it and then put it right back where he found it. All right. Anything else you'd like to do before the 5 o'clock hour rolls around?
Just enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna look for bits of rock, and maybe some beach glass, things like that, shells.
There's plenty.
I'll
Okay.
look for driftwood that could be useful for carving.
Okay.
When I get a little warm, I'm gonna go from like where I'm laying down and like splash in the water and then come back, like swim around a little bit and then just come back. We're talking about this, and I really, really want to go to a beach right now.
That sounds amazing.
Like a nice warm beach. My aunt called me from the beach yesterday. She actually was on the beach, and I was like, "Why are you calling me?
Why are you
Just
teasing me?
Rub it
Enjoy the
in.
beach." No, just enjoy the beach. Don't even call. Wait
You're
till
like,
you get
if I
home
was
or
at the
something.
beach, I wouldn't be calling you.
Not at all. No way. Just enjoy it. So
I
Makes-
take the driftwood and I carve a bunch of the water bugs,
oh,
Okay.
and then when I get back, I'm going to give one of these to each of the people that helped me learn how to swim.
Aw.
Go ahead and give me a performance check, if you would. Let's see how good the carvings are.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. It's very, very clear what they're supposed to be.
Cool. That's very thoughtful. Thank you.
Thanks for helping me swim.
No problem.
This is beautiful.
Well, now you'll remember your experience with the water bug.
No. Yes, I absolutely will. Well, I think it's probably close to the time that we're supposed to meet the mayor and Miss Rosalind.
Oh, we should probably go back then.
All right. Pack up your gear. Gather all your
prestidigitation,
things.
everybody who needs it gets the sand off. And
Ooh.
Thank
Oh,
you. That's
thank you very
nice.
much.
the beach
Yeah.
is nice. Taking it with you sometimes, not so much.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yes.
Although, sand in places that it shouldn't be is really nothing new to me.
I'm
Correct.
sure.
Prestidigitation would be a nice one for you to learn when you're out.
I'm going to have to remember that one.
All right.
Keep you warm and cool and clean.
Yes, all the things.
Yes. So we head back.
You make your way back. As you wander into Sandy Cove proper again, you see people beginning to pull in wares from the outside. Looks like they're getting ready to close up some of their shops. And you see smoke rising from the chimney of the Ranger's Princess as you get closer. You watch a few people go in ahead of you.
I've worked up an appetite. Swimming is hard work.
It is.
It always makes me tired.
I'm always hungry, so food is always good.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's on the
enter
menu.
the Ranger's Princess, and there you see behind the counter Sybil. You see Tyrann tearing around from table to table, taking orders and delivering food, and Sybil's pouring drinks.
Do we see Osmond yet?
No,
Okay.
nor do you see Rosalind yet.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back to the same table-ish that he was sitting at.
Okay.
Same.
I
And
check
just,
out the plates that people have to see what's on the menu tonight.
Looks essentially like the same stuff that was on the menu the night before. So there's people eating more of the lamb stew. There's people eating some sort of steamed meat with bread, and people with basically soup and greens. But you can tell that those people are generally drinking the cider.
Well, I wonder what the meat with Brett is.
You sit down. Tyrion comes over. Oh, hello. Welcome back. What would you like to drink? And are you hungry?
Yes, I'm hungry.
I am hungry as well.
I'd like cider.
Okay,
It was very
okay.
good.
1 cider. Sure.
I would like a cider as well.
2 ciders. Got it. Tea? Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think you had tea last night. And, you, miss?
Ale is fine.
Okay, all right. Is anybody else gonna be joining you?
Yes, Osmond, I think.
And
oh,
perhaps-
the mayor. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yes,
Sure.
him, the mayor.
Sure.
And then maybe Miss Rosalind?
Rosalind. Oh, right. Rosalind. Okay. And he just kind of giggles to himself for some reason and
What's so
says,
funny?
It's just sort of amusing to me. My mom thinks that I don't notice these things, but I do. And okay, don't say anything, 'cause she would get really mad if she heard me talking about this, but I think she's kind of got a crush on the mayor.
Oh.
But
Could tell
she
him.
No.
she thinks that Miss Rosalind has a crush on him too.
Are they lovers?
No.
I don't think so.
I
I
know
don't know about Miss Rosalind. I'm pretty sure that my mom. I'll get the drinks now.
So, in most cultures, people don't use that word much.
Which word?
Lovers.
Oh, is there a different phrase I should ask to find out if people are having sexual intercourse?
Generally, don't ask.
Why? I want to know.
But it's not any of our business.
I think it's good business to know what people are doing
Well,
when I'm not there to see.
before he gets here, Osmond is a widower. And I think he is still processing the loss of his wife.
And he would be embarrassed if you asked him such things.
Embarrassed. So.
Displeased.
Okay, unhappy. Gotcha.
He would feel uncomfortable.
Like he was sitting on a rock or something?
Yes. Just like that.
Like
Okay.
being in the back of a Volkswagen?
Exactly. No, like he wouldn't know how to answer that. And
Oh,
he
it's
might.
Easy, just like yes, no.
But the answer would be no. I'm pretty sure.
Instead of thinking of it as an uncomfortable rock that they could move off of, think of it as an uncomfortable that you can't escape and that you don't feel like you want to talk about.
I won't ask.
Thank
I
you.
will be thinking though about it.
Think it all you like. Just don't say it out loud.
I
I
ask other people.
think
Nope.
I think about things like that all the time, but I don't say
What?
anything.
Why? How else will you
Well,
find out?
because it seems to make people grumpy. And grumpy people don't tend to be very fun.
Displeased.
And so, if you're looking to find entertainment, making people grumpy is not usually the way to go about it.
So perhaps Gwenlaryn, in your role as emissary observer from Thunder's Edge, learning how other cultures outside of the Edge interact socially and observing their ways would be good.
Yes, that is part of my new role, is to represent my clan in a way that is appreciated by others. This is going to take work.
It is.
And
It does.
it would be embarrassing the mayor of Sandy Cove, who has a trading relationship with Thunder's Edge, might bring dishonor to the clan.
Good one.
I will definitely think carefully about that. I would never, of course, want to bring dishonor to my clan.
It's been my experience that intelligent beings are just nothing but trouble.
Well, this is just all very complicated. So, some things you can't ask people, even though you want to know, and they don't tell you. So,
But what's
Yes.
fun is observing them and figuring it out. And you're very good at
Knowing for yourself.
And sometimes if you don't really know, you can kind of make up a story in your head, which might be more fun anyway.
okay.
And sometimes, if you're patient and you listen, people will actually tell you without even asking. But it takes time.
And then they won't be embarrassed? And
Yes.
there'll be no dishonor?
Right.
Yes, because it was their idea.
Okay, so if I ask dishonor, if they tell, no dishonor.
Right.
Yes.
Because let me see if I understand this, because I've had some trouble with this in the past too. You're basically saying that if let's just say that this is a secret, and if you pull the secret out of them, it makes them uncomfortable and grumpy. But if you talk to them long enough, or say just the right things, and they choose to release that secret themselves, then there's no angry and no grumpy.
Yes, that.
Like a
Sometimes-
clan secret.
Yes.
Because
And-
you've built a relationship with them and mutual trust. And then people feel comfortable revealing personal information about themselves.
Remember when I said that intelligent beings were a pain? I think I would like to
It is,
add the word great in front of pain.
Pain. I can see that. This is very different.
Yes.
I
And-
don't worry about
and-
these things at home.
And here's the horrible thing that I've learned. Depending on where you are in the country, it's all different. It's
The
sort
rules-
of like you have to learn, like, this sort of thing is considered inappropriate here and in Airmar and in Romani Keep, but apparently in Thunder's Edge there's no problem, and in Strathsummon's Keep there's no problem.
Nobody in Thunder's Edge ever mentioned anything about my questions bringing dishonor.
Because it's different.
They were fine with it. I would just ask people.
But there are rules for
Different cities.
yeah, and the way things work in the clan are different than they are in where we're from.
And sometimes it can actually be different even as you're moving from one place to another. I was part of a merchant caravan at one point, going from Strathsummon's down to Airmar, and when we were in town, the wagoneers would act a certain way, but when we were actually out on the road and stopped for the evenings, they would act in a completely different way. And the things that they said around the fires were fine around the fires, but then I was told after a couple incidents that I shouldn't say them when we're not around the fires.
Ooh.
Huh.
Class also matters. So in Thunder's Edge, you held and now continue to hold a very privileged, high-ranking position, and people might not tell you if they were uncomfortable,
How long?
because you can get away with a lot more if you have power.
That's true. I'll have to ask people back home if this is true.
So Kuthos,
Yes.
how did you manage to come from Strathman's Keep? Like, were you
Oh, I was going.
kept? Or
No,
were you?
no, I was passing through. I had basically it was the just after, well, sometime after the last time I was in Thunder's Edge, because I went from there to Romani Keep, and then up through where the Rangers and Druids train, and then I ended up in Strathman's End, in sort of the outer part where the merchants stay, and then I signed on with a merchant caravan to get from there to Erma.
And they let you go.
Well, yes,
When you were done.
I was a merchant.
Hmm.
I discovered in Strathman's End that if you are just wandering into town, that can be a problem. But if you are a merchant, they seem to treat you with a bit more respect. Apparently, not a lot of merchants like going there anymore.
Probably the slavery.
I'm sorry, what?
Strathman's End is a slave culture. That's where how they build their commerce. So most
That would explain.
respectable merchants don't want to deal with them.
I wondered why they were transporting a group of individuals in a wagon in chains.
That's why I was wondering if you were also chained or if you were.
That is
No,
also
no.
what slavery looks like.
Oh.
Yeah.
They didn't seem very happy.
Would you
No.
be happy if you were a slave?
I don't know. I've never been one. I suppose it's an experience I should try at some point.
No. I
No?
don't recommend it. No.
It's not interesting?
No.
Not a life you can
Um,
escape from. Usually, that's why I asked if you had escaped or if you were caught in a cage, because they don't let you out of it.
If you are a slave, you are considered property. You have no say in anything that you do. If you disagree with your owner, you are beaten.
No.
And-
That doesn't sound very nice.
And you could be killed at any time.
Well, you could be killed at any time just walking down a city street, so
You could
I guess
be
that's
killed
not
by
so
the
much
people-
different.
You could be killed by the people who own you at any time.
Yes, and walking down the city street, I can be killed at any time by someone who wants to own my possessions.
Yeah, yes. But it feels more present.
You won't have any possessions as a slave, so
No, you would have no possessions.
You have
Oh.
no free time. You
free
can't
will.
go. Yeah, you couldn't go discover anything.
you would only be allowed to do what your owner told you to do when they told you to do it.
Sounds like something that would make your patrons very angry.
Mhm.
Well, I think they'd get bored very quickly.
Yes, but then you would have to figure out how to escape. And if they couldn't help you, you would be stuck.
Oh,
And then they would get very upset.
that's usually not a problem. If you hadn't come along, I'm fairly certain I would have been able to escape by the morning.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How?
Basically blowing the cage apart and then turning invisible and running away.
That does help one, doesn't it?
Yes,
How
yes.
would you do that?
Magic.
Magic. That some of the powers that they have given me, I can actually turn myself invisible in such a way that even if I then reach out and stab someone, I still don't turn back visible.
Oh, that's handy.
Yes, although I try not to stab people. And at least not unnecessarily. But it does make it easier, if I'm running away and people are following me and I hit one of them in the head with a rock, they don't see me still and they don't see where the rock came from.
Right. Well, we'll just wait here for Osmond.
As you're talking, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Just
Me or
everybody. See how aware of the room you are.
I am not.
She's
Not
not
very.
Didn't hear you.
15.
15. Okay.
26.
11.
Zarth and Gwenlaryn, you're kind of involved in this conversation and kind of bent over the table. Tyrann has brought the drinks, so you've got your drinks and you're sipping and having this conversation. Arabelle, you are sort of just glancing around the room and you see Rosalind come in the door. And she's kind of looking around the room. And what was your perception check?
Mine?
Yeah.
26.
Okay. You also, based on what Tyrann said, happened to glance over at the bar, and you notice Sybil's face kind of go from and then she kind of puts a neutral half smile back on her face, and like nothing happened.
She's really not going to be happy when Osmond sits down with us.
And she makes her way over to the table and good evening. It's
Hello, Rosalind.
so nice to see you again.
I see you.
Productive day?
Yeah, I've had better, but it's still slow. It will pick back up now that Thunder's Edge is open to commerce once more. There'll be caravans passing through both directions. So I'll take the peace while I have it.
Thunder's Edge is a wonderful place. You should visit there. It's my home.
Oh, I've heard about it, but I've never actually been there.
It's wonderful. There's so much sand, but we get along very well, and we work together to fight off the things that come from the sands.
Well, yes, that's what we, the rest of the country, counts on you to do, because you are the great desert wall.
We are.
It's comforting to know that you're there and that you're doing that job.
You can come see all of the trophies we have from our many, many kills.
Oh goodness,
That's
that
a little
might be very interesting.
grisly.
No,
It's our job.
when one works in alchemy, there's a certain amount of immunity to grizzly, because some of the regions we have to work with would turn a normal person's stomach, but when you've been doing it as long as I have, you rather get used to it, so I actually find myself a bit curious.
I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have about our trophies.
Excellent. Well, hopefully, if I do get a chance to visit, you're actually in town when I get there.
That would be wonderful.
Oh,
Oh gosh. Athgar. If perhaps we're not in town, you could ask for Athgar.
ask for Athgar. Who is Athgar?
Well,
He's the son of the ruler of Thunder's Edge.
And my friend.
And our friend. And he knows a lot.
So your recommendation is, if you're not there, I should ask for what is, in a sense, the prince of the city.
Yes.
He
Just
would
tell
be
him that-
happy.
Tell him I
my.
sent you.
Yeah, he would actually. He's very friendly. He'd be happy to talk to you.
Ooh, well, that's a thought.
We know people. It's weird.
So it seems, and look, here's the mayor.
Perception check. Is she like freaked out because, like, perception check?
No,
Now, do you
I
want
can tell
perception or insight?
Insight.
Insight check. Yeah.
Insight check.
so-
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Insight check. Mm, 14.
She does seem a little flabbergasted.
Oh, okay.
Just because you kind of get the sense that, you know, the
Because
idea
we're
that
name dropping.
the idea that she could just walk into this exotic walled warrior town and casually ask for the prince of the city.
Okay, so it may not work like that, but yeah, at least you
She
tried.
just kind of like,
Works for us.
you know, yeah, I mean, there's sort of a built-in sense of who are you people, really, you know, because she doesn't understand who you are, what you've done.
I
So,
think
you know,
we don't
you're
even
just kind of,
understand
you
who we are,
know,
what we've done.
you're just kind of
Even
like,
been
oh
in the
yeah.
enclave for a while, so we're just when she says here's the mayor, I want to glance over at Sybil as he's approaching our table.
You see her, having spotted him, immediately to get him to come over and talk to her.
Oh no.
Does he approach her table?
He's making his way through the tables. He's, you know, he's the mayor, so people want to talk to him. So he's stopping at a couple tables and chatting with the people at the table, shaking a couple hands. It looks like he's being introduced to a couple people, and eventually he makes his way over to the bar and just kind of walks up and leans on the bar, and he and Sybil start chatting.
So,
Wait.
what's
would-
the look on Rosalind's face?
Exactly.
Insight check.
Insight check. Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Oh.
As am I. Not bad, not bad.
26.
21.
Both of you, Tasha more so, see her. She said, "Oh, and here's the mayor," and then she turned back to the table, and she's just sitting there, sort of listening to the conversations going on and sipping her cider. And you see her, after a few minutes, and he's still not showing up at the table, she kind of quickly glances over, sees him at the bar talking to Sybil, and turns back, and you see her just give out a small sigh, and then she goes back to what she was doing before.
Is everything okay?
Oh, yes, everything is fine. I'm just enjoying the cider and the company.
If perhaps you end up in Thunder's Edge and we're not there, you could also talk to Aloric.
And who is he? The prince's brother?
Nope.
Ah.
He
Yeah.
is the owner of the inn. What's the inn's name?
The Ivory's Raft.
Yes.
The Ivory's
Wrath.
Wrath. That's a rather foreboding name.
He's a tiefling, and he's
Oh.
our friend. And
All right.
A lovely
Um,
inn.
and he is a very lovely and accommodating man, and he would also be happy to tell you about the town.
Mm-hmm. probably smarter to go to him first, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
He's much more
And-
accessible.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
I would be much more comfortable speaking with some other type of merchant first, absolutely.
Yes. I should point out that Athgar is a bard, and he does go to the Ivory's Wrath on occasion. So, and Aloric does know him. So, you could ask Aloric for an introduction, and that might help.
I was not aware that the son of the Lord was a bard. That's new
Yes.
information.
Yep. There we go.
This is most likely terrible manners, but
Oh dear.
I'm curious. Is he a good bard?
Actually, yes.
It's the best.
Gwenlaryn might be a little biased.
No, he's
Doesn't
the
somebody
best.
want to go to Gwenlaryn? Are you lovers? Sorry.
No.
I don't say
No. I
And-
mentored him.
You see Rosalind kind of go,
Don't say that.
oh.
Doesn't somebody
say
want
it.
to? I mean, wouldn't it be the appropriate response?
Yes, it would.
Arabelle would never.
Okay.
No, and nor would I, although I will be thinking it really loudly.
It would bring no dishonor to your clan.
My mother would
Ex-
disagree.
Excellent. I don't have a clan. Excellent.
You are a member of the Lion Clan.
Well, true. But before that, I was quite clanless.
That is so sad.
Well, it's okay.
I pity you so.
I now have you all. You are my
You
clan.
do. You have family. The Lion Clan family.
Oh,
Osmond
goodness.
walks up to the table. Oh, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I apologize for my lateness. Still catching up with work.
Mayor,
But may I join you?
you may. And I have many questions, but I will not ask those questions of you because of the dishonor and discomfort it would bring you.
I just nod.
But know that if there's anything you would like to willingly disclose to me, it will bring no dishonor upon you.
Arabelle is face palming.
I'm nodding because, I mean, she's not wrong. So
I have learned of these traditions.
She's still learning.
I whisper, just nod and smile.
Let's see if I can find my stuff real quick here.
I waved to Tyrion.
Tyrann.
Sorry, I waved to Tyrion.
Rosalind just kind of looks a little confused, but clearly she's not going to say anything. And, oh, nice. Osmond looks thoughtful for a moment and then looks at Gwenlaryn and says, well, thank you for your consideration, and if there is anything that I feel the need to disclose, believe me, I shall.
Very good.
I keep nodding because that's an appropriate reaction too.
He rolled a very, very high insight check, so he was able to sort of suss out what she was trying to say.
Nice.
Good goddess.
Tyrann comes
Do I
up.
see the face palm?
Oh, yeah.
do it right.
It's close.
We'll work on it.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor. What would you like to drink? Some of that cider, I think, if you still have some. Yeah, we're starting to run a little low, but we should have enough to get us through the night and maybe part of tomorrow. Well, definitely, then I would like some. Okay, I'll be right back. And when I come back, I'll take food orders, now that everybody's here. So think about what you want. He trots off to the bar and...
Best 16-year-old little bartender, like table guy that you've had. Super trying to be good. I'll be right back.
He's adorbs.
He, you see him lean over the counter and basically tell his mom what the mayor wants, and then you see her pour it, and she puts the mug down and holds onto it for a second and leans in and is talking to him, and he's like, she finally lets go of the mug, and he picks it up and carries it back over to the table.
Be a fly on the wall for that.
Oh, I know what she said.
Okay, so here's your cider. What would you like to eat?
What's on the menu tonight?
Same stuff as last night. Pretty much. We still have the lamb stew. We still have the steamed mutton. We still have the soup and the greens.
I'll have the boar stew, right? I think that's what I had, or soup. That's what I had last night.
Lamb stew.
Okay,
Well,
then it
lamb
was
stew
boar
and
soup.
boar soup.
Yeah, I'll have the soup and the greens again. That was very good.
Okay, one soup and greens.
I will have the lamb stew.
I'm very hungry because I went swimming today in the sea. And
Okay.
I'm so hungry. So I would like the lamb stew and the animal on the bread.
Oh, the steamed mutton? Oh, so you
Yes.
want both? Okay.
All
Sure.
of those things.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take
Mayor?
a steamed mutton. Oh,
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Zorth.
just mutton.
Mutton honey.
I too
Mutton,
will.
honey.
I too will have the steamed mutton. Okay, and Miss Roslyn, I think that I too would like the boar soup and the greens. That sounds lovely. Okay. Right, got it. Let me go tell Mom the you know what I mean. And I'll bring it out as soon as it's ready.
Thank you, Tiernan.
So, what has the day brought you in terms of adventure since we parted for me to go deal with paperwork? It had to be more interesting than that.
Swimming in the sea.
Oh, yeah. Is that your first time?
Yes. I'm
Wow.
from Thunder's Edge. We don't have
Oh,
a
yes, that's
sea or
true. There's not a lot of
swimming.
water there.
She's a natural.
Really?
It was wonderful.
She did very well.
We saw a water bug.
Yes, it attached itself to my clothes.
Lobster.
Water? Oh, a lobster. Oh, yes. Well, you should have brought it back with you. Sybil could have prepared it.
Prepared it for what?
Dinner.
Well, for eating.
Why?
Well, they're actually quite good.
Maybe our next trip.
Fortunately, once you cook them, their shell becomes a bit more brittle, and you can usually take the handle of your spoon and just crack the shell open. Makes it easier to get to the meat.
You know it's a bug, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We ask him about his day, how it went.
Oh, I'm just dealing with the paperwork that seems to replenish itself every morning. Even if I manage to deal with all of the paperwork the night before, when I come back the next day, there's always more.
I'm sorry.
Messages that need to be answered and invoices that need to be approved or denied or verified. And, complaints from constituents, and it's a lot of work. I have much more of an appreciation for what our old mayor did while he was mayor, now that I understand that he was doing it in and around all of the activities we never saw him do, but clearly he was doing.
Right. Well, they're lucky to have you.
Well, thank you.
And obviously the town had confidence and faith in your abilities.
Yes, I just hope I live up to them.
Oh, I'm certain that you will. You've always been very, very conscious of your responsibilities. The fact that Aaron is such a wonderful young man, and, you must have not had the easiest time raising him under your particular circumstances. I think that's a very, very good example, and likely a reason why so many people decided they wanted you to be mayor.
I hadn't thought about that, but you're right, Aaron. Aaron is someone I can be very proud of.
He's a good kid.
He is.
I would have to agree. I'm holding off writing him until you have departed town so I can tell him all about your visit. He'll be very, very excited to read that you were here. Yeah. And he'll be, I'm sure, very sad that he was not here as well to serve as a much more able and entertaining tour guide than I have been able to do.
Oh, you've been lovely.
Well, yes, but
It comes with the job.
Aaron would have much more free time.
Well, that's okay. We were able to entertain ourselves and nobody drowned. So life is good.
Oh, well, yes, that's definitely good. Was there a possibility that someone was going to drown?
He's never been swimming before.
Yeah, Gwenlaryn had never been swimming before,
Yes,
so
she didn't even understand the concept of floating, let alone swimming.
Never
Really?
had a need.
I suppose that's true. But, well, I'm very glad that everything worked out, if you'll pardon the pun, swimmingly.
Very good.
I've been trying to think all day of all the things that could possibly be in that room.
Oh yes, that's right. That's what we're doing after dinner is see if I can assist you in getting through that particularly troublesome door.
Library, a laboratory.
Yeah, all sorts of crazy things.
Could be anything.
Yes, it could be a menagerie where all the beasts have got loose. That would be fun.
Could be.
I hope it's not that.
I think he would have smelled it by now.
I'm just hoping for a teleport circle.
A teleportation circle, yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be great.
That is very interesting. Miss Rosalind, if a door is sealed magically, would it also seal in scent? I don't know. I suppose it probably would. It's a complete barrier from top to bottom in that frame. So yes, I suppose it might. Oh dear. That means it could be a menagerie. We wouldn't have smelled it. I'm fairly certain it's not a menagerie. Well, if it is a menagerie, we'll be very, very grateful we have these adventurers with us to protect us.
Sakuthos, I think if it was a menagerie, it'd be on like the first floor. You wouldn't want to take all the animals up the stairs.
Oh, I don't know why not. Most animals can climb stairs very easily. I was in a village where a panther climbed 2 sets of stairs to eat a pair of twins.
Twin children?
Well, yes.
Ooh.
What else would I call twins? They didn't. I mean, their father heard the cat scratching at the door and was able to chase it back outside, but... You know, the panther got up the steps with no problem.
Right.
Huh. Well, that's an interesting tale.
Yes, they thought it was interesting. Now it was good for me.
There you go.
Tyrion walks back up to the table with a large tray of food, begins sitting down the food in front of everybody.
Nice. Thanks, Tyrion.
Thank you.
Sure, no problem.
That's
If you need anything else, just, wave and catch my eye. I'll try to stop back and check and see if you need anything else, but it's kind of busy here tonight, so... if I'm running around, just flag me down. Or, come up and get me. I don't mind.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
We just finish our food. Talk about general stuff. List out all the things that it could be and not be, and just talk. Eat.
After, towards the end of that discussion, Osmond says, so, basically what I hear you saying is that whatever it is, it's not going to be of any particular use to me.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe. I
We
don't
really
know.
have no way of knowing until we get in there.
A teleportation circle would not benefit me directly. A library would probably be things of interest to a wizard, which again
Aaron?
would not benefit. Oh,
Yeah. And the
I hadn't
teleportation
thought about
circle.
that.
And the teleportation circle might be, you might be able to someday use it.
And then he could come home whenever he wanted.
oh.
Mhm.
But
And
isn't that rather powerful magic?
He
Maybe a
might
little
be,
right now.
but he will grow over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
and it could benefit the town because if you needed help would be much faster to get here.
Oh.
Yes. We could come back whenever you wanted and help.
Well, I can't really imagine what would be so dire that I would need to summon you away from
Dragons.
whatever it is you're doing. They don't come this far south. and-
Bandits, Jagravanans.
Orcs.
Well, if the Jogravanans are stopped by the forces of Thunder's Edge, then
What if
they won't get
aren't?
here.
We've seen Jagervanens in the north.
We have.
We've seen them all over.
In fact, some of the Jagravanans have been employing the bandits.
Oh.
So,
And people like Coinmaster Allerton and the Temple of Eidos and Erma. So
yes.
I see what you're saying.
You never know.
All right, well. I will keep that in mind, but I'll probably hold off on making any plans until we see what's actually in the room.
and
Good idea.
if we're at the temple, or not the temple, the tower, then we could bring Aaron home for a visit.
Oh.
Because
that would be lovely.
Zori can cast that spell.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
Yeah.
You truly have become a sorcerer of note.
Yeah.
Being able to cast teleportation circle.
Sorry. I had to get something to eat.
That's all right.
I'm learning. It's exciting. It's very nice to be useful.
I agree wholeheartedly. Well,
I'm curious.
Would anyone like anything else to eat?
Gosh, no. Did you
I'm
eat?
stuffed.
I bet.
Very excited to see what's in the room. Hopefully it's not empty after all this.
I kind of think it's not.
Well, if you'll pardon me for a moment, I'll go settle up with Sybil. Dinner is on the mayor's office this evening. Since you're about to do a service for us, seemed the least I could do.
Well, thank you.
So he gets up and walks back up to the bar. You see Rosalind just kind of watch him walk up and then turns back to her drink before he gets there. Well, I haven't actually had to utilize any of my magic today, so I have a full selection that I can use. Hopefully, we won't need anything more than just dispelling that enchantment on the door.
I haven't either, so in case we need anything else, we're ready.
Good.
Yes.
Good. He comes back just, about a minute later and says, "Very well. I think we're ready to go.
Let's
so
go.
If you'll follow me." And you see him take sort of a wide walk around the room, and you see people waving and trying to get his attention, and he has deliberately moved away from where the tables are so he can just kind of smile and wave and keep walking without stopping and go out.
Smart.
Leads you down the street, around the corner, to the Eyetower. Takes you inside and up the 3-4 flights of stairs until you find yourself on that landing in front of the sealed door.
Dun, dun, dun.
And back down here to my stuff on Rosalind. She looks at the door and hums a quick melody, kind of looking at the door. Interesting.
What's interesting?
Just this is an interesting mix of magical energies. It's not a typical spell that one would find to seal a door, but it should respond to dispelling the same as anything else.
What kind of magics would it be used for normally, to seal something away, or?
Yes, it seems to be some sort of ward, not just a lock.
Then I am going to ready.
I'm going to take my sword out. Just hold it by my side.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh my.
Maybe-
I'll just be standing over to the side.
Right.
Probably
Yes.
smart. Stand behind us for sure.
Or on the stairs to upstairs or downstairs. So you can run if need be, but you probably won't. We're pretty good.
Probably not anything trapped in there, but
One never knows.
Let's see. How many of these does she have? 2. Okay. She pulls out a set of hand pipes and begins to play a rather discordant melody. It's like the longer she plays, the more the melody seems to fall apart in the presentation. And spellcasting ability. That's what I was looking for. That is... Ooh. And she finishes with a flourish that is completely devoid of any semblance of the melody that she began with. And you see this muted whoosh, and then this energy just sort of crackles away from the center of the door toward the edges and then vanishes.
I opened the door
All right.
Excellent.
with my sword out.
I'm gonna it's at the same time I'm gonna throw up where is it called?
You're gonna throw up?
Yes,
Jeez.
throw up. I'm going to do divine sense, detect good and evil,
Okay.
which is the celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
All right. You sense a slight, almost residual demonic energy coming from inside the door. And as you open the door, as Tasha opens the door and looks in, you see that the chamber is the rest of that floor of the tower.
Okay.
And in the center is a pentagram.
Not a teleportation circle.
And in the center of the pentagram
Is a demon.
is a skeleton.
Oh.
A skeleton of a large creature with horns and wings.
Ooh.
I push past Tasha and I pull the door shut.
What did you do that for? That was actually rather interesting.
And dangerous.
Do you mind if I open the door back up?
I do.
And he reaches over and tries to
And I
turn the
slap
knob.
his hand off the...
It's dead.
It certainly looked that way. I was going to go in and check.
Well, I mean, I sensed residual demonic energy. I did not sense undead.
I called Osmond. I said, tell me about the previous mayor.
He was quite a good man. He was mayor for, let's see, longer than Aaron's been alive. 22 years, I believe. And very well liked in the community. There were rumors that he dabbled in magic, but no one ever saw him do that. He was interested in it, but I don't think that he ever had any real training.
When he died, how did it happen?
What, according to the Tyrannosaurus temple, his heart gave out. And that does happen sometimes to older people.
In his sleep?
No, at his desk, actually.
How old was he?
He was well into his 70s.
All right. That's plausible. Well, now that we've unsealed it, we can't really just leave it there.
I'd like to go
Ask
in.
Rosalind what she thinks.
Oh, good.
And Zakuthos grabs the doorknob,
Whoa,
opens it,
smack,
and
smack!
make a dexterity check.
Really?
Yep.
Why did he think he could go in?
I said I'd
Because
like to go.
Arabelle said, I'd like to go in, and he took that as permission.
26.
If you had been a fraction of a second faster,
Ah, son
you
of a
would
bitch.
have beaten him, but he grabs the doorknob and is through the door and into the room.
Follow him in and try and grab him.
Well, he stops. I mean, he goes into the room and stops about 3 inches away from the edge of the circle.
Don't touch anything.
Well, no, not yet.
Don't
have to
go
have
in.
to have to. Well, I know that it's a summoning circle. I've seen these before. I'm just trying to get a good look at what's in it and see if I can figure out what it was.
Yeah, that's what I want to do as well.
I roll history to see if I know what it is.
Is
Or
that
what
what
it
we'd
looks like.
roll, or religion? or-
Survival. Because you need to actually identify the remains.
Not a religion for a fiend.
I would say survival or arcana.
I'd like to use guidance.
Okay.
I have a 24 for survival.
16.
Well, my survival's better than my arcana. 17.
22 for Arcana.
All right. As you look at the body, it clearly was not one of the sort of the common races. I mean, it wasn't. It's clearly something other. Oh, there we go. You get a closer look at the skeleton and you realize that this creature, whatever it was, what you took for wings are actually the remains of a second set of arms that appear to end in pincers that almost look like the lobsters. And below that on the skeleton, there are two, the bones of what look to be almost human arms.
Lobster demon.
But you look at it, you can definitely, Arabelle, especially because of your spell, you can definitely identify it as demonic. But you're not entirely sure what flavor, for lack of a better term, of demonic it is. But it has not moved.
I start looking around the room for books or drawings or
And what else is in the room?
There are candelabras where the candles are completely melted, and there's a chair.
I would like to inspect the chair.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Why are you giggling?
So, like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, I texted or messaged Nikki. I said, maybe it'll be a chair.
Critical Role has a problem with chairs, and they have been known to
Like, be overly suspicious of an empty chair. And so,
for no
Yeah.
reason.
and so when you said that's hilarious.
Okay. Okay.
They have interrogated chairs before.
I'm
Yes,
going to
they have.
interrogate this one.
They
So,
have bigger
you said
problems with doors, but
Investigation check?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
So that would be a 15.
It looks like a reasonably well-constructed wooden chair. No cushions or anything, but it does look like it would be fairly comfortable to sit in. It's smooth and varnished. There doesn't seem to be any place where one would get splinters. But
Which way is it facing?
it is facing the circle.
maybe that's where they sat and
Does it?
talked to the creature.
Probably.
What state of decomposition is? How long has the mayor been dead? It's only been.
It's only been a
few
couple months.
months.
Yeah.
What is the level of decomposition?
It is a
Ish.
skeleton. It is
It's
a
a skeleton.
clean skeleton.
So it's been dead for a while, probably. I mean, could be years.
Everybody, well, actually, no, just Tasha, because you're the one thinking about this. Make a perception check.
Okay.
It's like a medicine check for the thing, but
30.
You realize you're thinking about this, and you sniff the air. It's dry, maybe a little bit of dust, but there is absolutely no smell that you would associate with
With
any sort of
decomp.
dead body
Right.
at any stage. It's like
Right.
you've encountered skeletons before, and they have a certain scent to them. You're not even picking that up.
is there any residue or stains on the floor around it, like indicating this is where it died?
Make an investigation check.
I use guidance. Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Good, because my investigation sucks.
Well, that's why you do guidance.
That's right, which only gave me a +1.
Still, 21 is very respectable.
Hey, so plus one more, 22.
Oh, even better.
Wow.
You get right up to the edge, careful not to cross the plane of the outer edge of the circle, and you look, get down and look, and it looks perfectly clean underneath that skeleton.
Which way is the skeleton looking? Is it like on the floor? Is it?
Well, it looks like it had fallen on its back. So it's make a survival check. Just Zorith.
My survival is not very good. +1, so 14.
It may have been facing the chair when it fell, but you can't be 100% certain on that. Because it literally looks like, imagine if somebody hit this thing right on the head and knocked it out and it just kind of flopped. So it could very well be, but it also could have been looking off to either side. But it was definitely at least facing that part of the room when it fell, because it seems to have simply fallen backwards.
Do I know anything about getting rid of this circle?
I wouldn't touch it.
It, with your investigation check and the fact that you rolled a natural 20, you would have noticed when looking for residue, this has actually been created as an inlaid summoning circle into the floor of this room.
Holy shit.
So this is a very
Permanent.
well-constructed, permanent summoning circle.
Wow.
I say that out loud.
I wonder
Somebody
if,
was serious.
yeah, I wonder if the mayor, before the mayor, do you remember anything about the person before the mayor?
You see Osmond still just in the doorway, his head just sort of peeking around. Not a lot. Could certainly ask some of the older folks.
You're gonna need to get rid of this.
Clearly.
But before it became the mayor's residence, it was a wizard's tower, right? Not for that last mayor.
Yes.
So this could have been the last mayor may never have been in here.
Yeah.
That's possible.
When did it become the mayor's residence?
Oh, I would have to check.
So before it was the mayor before you, and then potentially
It
the
was
mayor
longer
before him.
than that. It was, I'm going to say, maybe 5 decades. Actually, it is closer to 6.
Oh, wow.
I was here when the last of the mages left to basically join the community at Azenor.
Jeff,
Is-
oh, go ahead.
Is Rosalind an elf?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Is there any similarities from this body to those weird Thwilnu creatures we saw?
No. You have identified this clearly as some sort of, like the remains of a
Amen.
demonic entity.
I don't know
Right.
what we knew what the Thwilnu were. So.
You don't. You've never actually encountered one. You've encountered their servants,
Oh, that's right.
but you have yet to actually come face to face with a member of the Thwilnu.
Hmm. Well, unfortunately, it's not a teleportation circle.
Well,
No,
not the kind we want.
no. Well, I don't think so. I'll check. And he steps
Nope.
into the circle.
Oh.
That was
For the
nice.
love of all that's holy.
I tell Osmond get out of the room and Carolyn or Rosalind to get out of the room.
And
I knock an arrow.
he steps into the circle, stands there. Nope, I'm still here. And he turns
Please
around and
come
looks at the
out.
skeleton. So is that. It's still not moving. Hello.
I think you should come back out of the circle.
Oh, all right. He
I
turns
think we
around
need
and
to-
walks back out of the circle.
Rosalind,
Yes.
do you have the ability to lock this door back up magically?
Not at the moment.
Awesome.
You're suggesting we just leave this thing in here?
Well,
You're gonna have to get somebody high powered to come cleanse this, basically.
I don't think I can do anything.
You see or hear Rosalind humming again, that same little tune that she hummed outside the door. Oh. Well, that's unexpected.
What?
There's no active magic in this room at all. Not the circle, not the skull, not the chair, not the chandeliers, nothing.
Huh.
There's nothing apart from all of us that's resonating any magic at all.
The circle's not active.
That's good.
So maybe we can get rid of the skeleton.
All right.
Just thinking, one of the perils of being mayor now, but do you think this might be of interest to some sort of scholar or collector?
You might want to let what's his name? Or not Orbeus. What's your
Obris?
Oberus?
I was just gonna say something, but I didn't know. How do you send a sending? It's only 25 words or less of
Found
What you-
remains of a demon in Sandy Cove. Perhaps you
how
could
to dispose of.
right, send someone to
Do
dispose.
you want it?
Okay. Oberus. Tasha here. Found the remains of a demon and permanent
Summoning circle.
summoning circle at Sandy's Cove. Do you want it? You can respond to this message.
There's a brief pause, of course. And then you hear, Tasha. Always interesting. The circle? No. The skeleton? Absolutely. Will come and fetch as soon as possible.
Do you tell us that?
Yes. I tell him, I say, Oberus will be here as soon as he can. He will take the demon. He'll probably help you figure out what to do with the circle.
Do you have capacity to send another one?
Yes. Hold on. Okay, so
If not, Rosalind does. Oh, but she doesn't
No.
know him.
No,
she
I-
doesn't know Oberus.
I've got one more. So
You want to let him know it's it was in a locked room at the home of Osmond, whose son is a
Well,
student
at the Eyetower.
at the Eyetower, but
Yeah.
perhaps I don't know. I was thinking maybe if he's just coming for a day, he could bring Aaron.
Well, he's pretty freaking busy right now because
Yeah,
he's been sent
it's
up
gonna
to
be a while. He's
Oh, right. He's up dealing with the thing.
yeah,
Never mind.
he's part of
So-
the
He's
group
Belinamard.
trying to reclaim Belinamard, so
Yeah, never mind. I forgot he wasn't at the tower.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to
okay.
lock this back up somehow, and
Yeah.
well, I have the key. And we can at least
Well-
lock it that much.
And no one
That-
else knows it's here. I would imagine Rosalind is discreet.
Of course.
Very.
Of
Yes.
course, I will do whatever Osmond says is the right course of action.
Osmond, there's no. I don't sense any other evil, and there's no other magic. You're quite safe, I'm sure.
But it is odd.
And disconcerting, but
Yes.
I can't claim them.
So are there any books or
right. Was I able to find anything?
No.
It was just the chair and
Yeah.
the
so
skeleton.
weird?
It's
I Oh.
possible. I've been working on a new song. And so far it has eluded me. But if I should manage it, I might be able to focus on the skeleton and discover its history. But I'm not quite there yet.
wow.
That that would be a useful song.
I was going to say, Tasha, you don't happen to have Legend Lore, do you? It's a 5th level spell.
No, the only 5th level spell I have is scrying.
Okay.
So
Okay.
no.
Osmond, are there any books that were left here before you moved your stuff in?
Oh, yes, many. Chronicles of court cases, law books, history books.
Magic books that you didn't understand.
No. There was
Okay.
there was one, but I gave it to Aaron to take with him to the tower, thinking that either he could use it or someone else there might be able to use it.
I have to write that down.
Okay. Well, I guess we should leave this room and lock it.
Agreed.
And when Oberus comes to deal with this, he will take the skeleton and he will come up with a way to get rid of the circle.
Should we get rid of the circle?
Yes.
Seems to serve no purpose if it isn't magical.
Well, but my son is learning.
No.
This isn't the kind of circle you're thinking of. The only
It's-
thing that this circle can do is summon more demons.
No,
You don't want that.
That's not entirely true. It is a summoning circle, yes, but it can summon
Elementals.
all moralities of creatures,
Oh.
including elementals and celestials.
Do you want those?
Well, I have encountered a couple celestials, and they were quite interesting. One of them was very helpful, but
Well,
I haven't encountered any elementals.
Oberus might have good insight into what you should do about the circle.
I've encountered several elementals. They're not great talkers either. They just sort of
growl or churn or whoosh or splash. Which is fascinating for about the first 5 minutes, and then it's just more of the same. So, not great for, entertaining anyone who might be watching. I learned that. All right. You see Osmond's kind of looking at him with this a little worried look on his face, and Rosalind is just kind of bemused.
Rosalind, can you maybe ask if Aaron gave the book to somebody already, or if he still has it in his possession, and can he turn it over?
I can ask.
She didn't cast the second sending.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I was just thinking we would save your big spells if we have an NPC who can do the same thing.
Well, but she hasn't. Oh, she has met Aaron, hasn't she?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I know the young man quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then that's
It
a good
was
idea.
I was one of the people who wrote him a recommendation for acceptance at the tower.
Right. I'm just wondering.
I could see that he had the potential to do quite well.
He does. He has it. I was just wondering if he's kept that book or if he's passed it on to someone else. Because knowing where that book lies could be,
A clue.
well, also, I don't necessarily know other people in the tower, right? Like all of the other teachers. I mean, like from the wizard.
I mean, you know a few by sight, but really your main teacher once you got out of the rudimentary stuff was Oberus.
Only because not every teacher's lifelong goal is to teach. And if he passes that on to someone else with a little bit more knowledge and perhaps a little bit more power, I'm just wondering where the book is.
Certainly, I can contact Aaron. Osmond, is there anything you would like me to tell him? Oh, tell him that I hope he's. I hear that he is doing well, and that our friends from the crossroad are visiting. Well, if that will fit in the message, I will certainly tell him. Now, what exactly is it that you want me to ask him?
The magic book from the Eyetower.
So you want to know what he did with it?
Yes. And who he's passed it on to, or if he's looked through it. I mean, like, I don't know. For sure what he's done with it.
All right. Working out what she's going to say.
And what Aaron's going to say back. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
I want to go back to the orphanage.
Let's see. It was too many words, so I'm revising. Oh, there we go. 25 on the dot. So she pulls out the pipes and plays another tune. This one starts off full volume and seems to fade into almost nothingness by the time she finishes. And then you see her close her eyes and concentrate for a moment. Ah. He says he gave it to Obrys, who says he can have it back when he learns more. And he says to tell all of you a hearty hello.
Oh, goodness.
Well, as long as Obrys has it.
Yeah, that is good.
It sounds to me like it's actually a spell book. That,
Well,
you
yes,
know,
but
when the young man gets to the point where he can actually start using the spells in it, that this teacher will give it back to him.
It makes me feel better about what it is. If it was evil or something like that, he wouldn't tell him he could have it back.
Yes.
right.
So probably whoever was here wasn't bad. Why they have a demon? Maybe they were studying it.
Pet demon.
Dangerous study.
His
Well-
name is Spot.
Clearly they were having some sort of conversation. You don't bring a chair in if you're just asking a single question and then popping back out.
Yeah. I look at the skeleton. It's not moved. It's not anything. It's not done anything.
Nope.
You did this to us. Just saying. You've made us suspect of everything. Did it move? I think it moved.
Played D&D a little too much.
You are almost certain it has not moved at all.
Almost certain, though. There could be the potential. I'm fine.
Oh, good Lord.
I had mage hand to like tap her on the shoulder.
That's not helpful or nice.
Pick up the skeleton and walk it across the room.
Well, except it weighs way more than 5 pounds. So
Oh yeah.
you could make the hand twitch. Or one of the pincers open and close, maybe, but that's
Not
about
sensing any undead, so we're okay.
it. Nope.
Okay.
Well, mystery solved.
Yeah.
I guess.
5 more mysteries unlocked.
That's usually the way of it. I've discovered that one problem solved, 5 more problems unlocked, so it does make a certain sense,
It's probably why your paperwork keeps multiplying.
unfortunately.
Well, I suppose we should lock the door and head back over and get a good night's rest before we leave in the morning.
Thing is creepy. Let's go.
Oh, I don't think it's creepy. I think it's fascinating.
Do your patrons know what it is?
Oh, let me see if they'll answer me.
Did a lot. You should still be in favor with them.
Oh dear. Well, they answered me, but as usual, I don't understand what they said.
What did they say?
Glabrezu. I've no idea what that is.
Can we roll?
Rezu.
Yes, you may roll Arcana.
Demons
got
were
an-
religion and not arcana.
I actually got a natural 20.
Ooh,
26. That's as high as I can get.
Wow.
19.
21
Dirty 20.
with guidance.
Zorith, you go Glabrezu. Glabrezu.
Bless you.
And you remember this is a a type of demon, a rather powerful demon. From what you remember reading, it would be a very, very challenging fight for the 4 of you to try to take on one of these.
Ugh.
But they are incredibly powerful, probably in the upper half, power-wise, of the power structure of demon kind. They're very intelligent. They are inherently evil, very selfish. Basically, they are not at all nice things. And to be able to actually summon one up and trap it in a circle like this, to the point where it perishes in the circle, that is some freaking high-level magic.
That's some big kid shit.
Yeah.
Well, your patrons were very helpful. Please pass along my thanks.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't say anything else. I thank them all the time, and they never say anything. But always helps to be polite, even if no one acknowledges it. He looks at Gwenlaryn. That's another lesson that I've learned from traveling all over the place. Is even if you're polite and they're very mean, you can be, you can feel good about the fact that you were polite and you did and said the right things. And if they don't respond appropriately, that's not your fault, that's theirs.
It's true.
Wise words, little one. All right, well, if you will all step back out onto the landing, we'll seal this up and get you on your way.
Interesting.
After you step out, he takes out the key, locks the door, tests it to make sure that it's locked, and puts the key in his pocket. Well, that's a mystery solved. At least I won't wonder what's behind this door any longer. Now I will wonder...
Why?
No, I will wonder if it's anything that will be useful in the future. I will look forward to speaking with this Obrus. I remember from the crossroads you told us about him, Aaron and I, and Aaron has told me that he has benefited greatly from sort of being taken under his wing, even though he is not of the same type of magician. So I will look forward to meeting him when he arrives. I will look forward to being able to thank him for watching over Aaron personally. Well, I trust that you can see yourselves back to the princess.
Yes.
I am going to accompany Rosalind and make sure that she gets home safely, and then I'll be back here
All right.
for more paperwork.
Sorry.
It comes with the job.
Well, thank you for spending as much time with us as you did, and
It was my pleasure, believe me. It was lovely to see all of you again. Lovely to meet you, Gwenlaryn.
And you, remember, offer's always on the table.
I will remember.
oh, brother.
And if I don't see you in the morning before you go, safe journey. And I hope you find what it is you're looking for.
So do we.
If
Yes.
you have any problems with this, let us know immediately, and
We'll come back.
if we can,
I shall make
we'll do what we
certain
can.
from now on that I have prepared at least one sending spell every day,
Oh,
just in case.
Awesome.
thanks.
Good luck on your journey.
Thank you.
It was a true experience meeting all of you.
oh,
Thanks.
And I mean that in a very positive way.
well, thank you.
Good night.
Night.
And he turns and they begin to walk down the street the opposite direction from the princess.
Yeah, back to her shop.
Yeah. Well,
Time for bed.
Yeah.
what time is it?
Well, I guess not that late, but
No, it's probably going on 7-ish.
Ah,
Mhm.
I go back and ask Sybil if I can play a little.
Oh, you want to play again? I would love to have you play again.
Excellent.
Hang on, I'll get Tyrann to get you a more comfortable chair than last night.
Oh.
And she beckons him over and tells him to go get a chair out of the back room, and he comes back out with one that's actually a little dusty, but he cleans it off and it's padded. So it's actually going to be a little bit more comfortable, and he drags it over, making not an insignificant amount of noise. So everybody's looking to see what's going on now. And pushes the other chair out of the way and puts the new chair up there, and then turns and waves at you, Tasha. Like, go ahead and come up now.
I walk up with my lute.
You notice that there are people at the tables who immediately start kind of like whispering to each other, and you get the sense that maybe these might be people that were here last night
Ah.
and are telling the other people at the table, oh, this is the person I told you about last night, and she was really good, and she's apparently going to play again, so you're in luck.
Nice.
And I put my case out and I begin to play.
Okay. If you would, roll me a performance check. Let's see how well you do.
26.
26. You do quite well. Now, what are the rest of you doing while she's playing?
Enjoying more cider?
sitting, having some tea, and thinking about getting on the road.
Okay. Zorth?
Yeah. Just relaxing and listening to her play. Just kind of mulling over in my head what they could have possibly been discussing, or like why, and knowing about the
Glabrezu.
Glabrezu, just knowing how high powerful and stuff he is, just knowing what kind of magic it would have taken to keep him in the circle. Just kind of think about all those things.
Okay. How long do you play, Tasha?
Couple hours.
Okay.
You know, it's only 7.
Right.
So, yeah, I might even play 2.5. We'll see.
Okay. Well, with breaks, by the time you finish up, it's about 10. And the monetary appreciation is greater than it was last night. So you end up with a total of 7 gold. Obviously, it's not gold pieces, but once you put it all together, exchange it.
Okay, 7.
End up with 7 gold, 5 silver, and 4 copper.
Oh, cool. Alrighty.
Several people come up and ask if you're going to be playing again the next night.
Yeah, sorry. We're gonna be going out of town.
Then they immediately say, "Do you know when you'll be back in town? We'll make plans."
We don't know. We're adventurers. We go where fate leads us.
And you get varying degrees of, "Oh, that's too bad, but good luck."
Thank you.
So everybody's very kind,
Mm-hmm.
and the crowd begins to thin out once you are finished playing.
And I go up to my room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time to get some sleep.
Yes.
All right. And this is a good time to say, time to take a break.
Yes.
Excellent.
So we'll be back in roughly 15-ish minutes, and we'll see what the morrow brings. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you on the other side. And welcome back. So the evening passes uneventfully. You have a restful night's sleep in a real bed. Likely the last one for a little while. And after grabbing a quick breakfast, you set off once again out onto the trail.
And Kuthos is coming with us again, right?
Yes. Yep, he's still tagging along.
And are we still in dinosaur territory?
You were out of it. You're headed back into it.
Okay.
All right, so we're going back across the bridge.
Right.
Right. And then along the coast. More chances for Gwenlaryn to swim.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
So you leave the city, head back across the southern stone bridge, and you depart the roadway, turn to the east, and begin to make your way along the coast. The weather is warm but cloudy, with some dark clouds here and there. Looks like you might get rained on a little. But you can see down the coastline, quite a ways off, you see the beginnings of jungle.
We haven't had jungles yet, right?
Right.
Sada's worry.
Yeah.
Outside
No,
my comfort zone.
not yet.
So glad there's no snakes in Aecathan.
Oh, they're there. You just haven't found them yet.
We wouldn't have done. We haven't gone this far south. This is super far for us. My brother and I. We would never have come down this far. I wouldn't have done any jungles, right? Beforehand.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's further than I've ever scouted. I keep a close ear and eye out for the T-Rex or any other dinosaur.
All right.
Me too.
Well, why doesn't everyone make me a perception check while you're traveling?
Why don't I suck at this?
What?
I got an 8.
24.
I rolled a 4.
24.
16. Not great.
Sekuthos is asleep.
No use.
Yeah, something about the wagon. The second he gets in the wagon, he just curls up and passes out.
Just like a baby.
He's a little more trouble than a baby.
Yeah.
You see the normal types of animal life you would expect to see traveling along the shore. You otherwise don't find any issues. You get to about lunchtime. What do you do when lunchtime rolls around?
And it's not so hot this time, right? It's more moderate.
It is comfortable, albeit much windier than it has been because you are
Okay.
traveling right along the shore.
So usually when we leave in the morning, we take breakfast stuff with us. So we probably just have that for lunch.
Yep.
Now, from what Jojo told us, they could be anywhere along here.
Yeah.
And likely hidden magically.
Maybe. He wasn't really clear on that.
Okay.
No
He
one's
said
ever
we-
come across them,
He
right?
said they were hidden, but he
Oh,
didn't say
okay.
how.
So about every hour I look up and I try to search the skies.
Okay.
I wish I had that damn telescope now.
Make a perception
I?
check just for that. What are you looking for?
Glints in the sky.
Okay.
That's what's funny.
There you go.
So I could care less about what's on the road, but I could care less about what's on the road, but I am intently looking in the skies.
You see
So what was it,
3 or
perception?
yep.
Yeah, perception is 5, so I got a 25 for the
You
skies.
see a variety of seabirds. But apart from that, nothing else.
Okay.
Maybe when we stop at times, Tasha, you could play your lute.
Okay.
Just
And I will
chance Mother Tassa hears it.
look for anything that could be considered hidden. Like, I'm just looking.
You would need to know a little more specifically what you're looking for. Right now, you're traveling along beach that is bordered by grassland and water.
Oh, so there's no like caves or anything.
No.
Okay.
Do you think in the jungle maybe more?
What?
Yeah, let me see if I can find what. Let me see if I can find where.
In the jungle maybe? When we get there?
There's gonna be jungle?
Yeah, you can see it off on the horizon.
Okay.
Here it has branch that hits South Cross, pivots at Woods Watch, Great Southern Stone Bridge, follow the coast into jungle, but there's a permanent illusion.
Ooh.
That's what I have. Follow the coast into jungle.
We into the jungle, but there's an illusion that we have to. So probably similar to what we encountered in the desert.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The next time we stop, I cast scrying and I look for Mother Tassa.
That's bold of you.
I was going to ask, have we ever tried to send a message spell? Ascending?
Mm-mm.
No.
But we've been told you can't contact them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we've met them. Is that any different?
All right. So, let's see. All right. What is your spell DC?
16.
16. All right.
Wisdom 16.
Okay. You what are you using to scry?
I have a little mirror.
Okay. All right. So you hold the mirror and you concentrate. You summon the power granted to you by Dressfiend and begin to concentrate, and the mirror, the reflective surface fades into sort of a cloudy gray visage. And it clears enough for you to make out the coastline and the sand, and you see it moving toward the edge of the jungle. Your vision is sort of swooping in, and as it nears the edge of the jungle, it fades and you lose the spell.
Ah. Well, I'm guessing it's in the jungle. But that's all I've got.
You have encountered this before. Some creatures are particularly difficult to scry on. Scrying magic simply tends to sort of slide off them.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was worth a shot.
At least we know we have to head to the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Travel the rest of the day. If you can make me another set of perception rolls, please.
23.
Dirty 20. Same on both dice.
Your D20.
18.
That's pretty good.
Better than normal.
About mid-afternoon, you all kind of perk up because you hear that roar again.
Uh-oh.
Can I tell from which direction it came?
Roughly a little bit to the right of the direction you're going.
Does it sound closer?
It still doesn't sound very close, although it does sound closer than you've heard it before. But it still sounds, from what you can tell, at some distance away.
But in the direction we're traveling?
Ish.
Like in front of us as opposed to behind us?
It's kind of like if you're, this is the direction you're traveling, it's over here somewhere.
No winners.
But apart from that, there's nothing to disturb your trip. You are having to move a little slower because you are rolling through grasslands. There's no road here.
Oh, right.
So,
Right.
you're not quite making the time you were on the road, but it's not terribly slow. It's a little uneven. It's a little rougher.
See if the cart will get through the jungle, though.
Yeah, that may be an issue.
My coconut.
Oh, your coconuts are fine. They may damage the crates they're in, but the coconuts will be fine.
I know, but if we have to leave the cart.
Have to come back for it.
That's
you
true.
travel through to dusk with no issues.
Actually, just so you know, the group doesn't have any difficulty traveling in this terrain because, well, are we officially in the jungle now, or are
No.
we still traveling
no,
to it?
you're still in grasslands.
Okay, so as long as we're in grassland, then difficult terrain doesn't slow the group's travel.
Oh. The benefits
Because-
of having a ranger.
Yes,
Because it's one of your favored terrain.
it is.
Cool.
Okay.
Brilliant.
All right.
All right.
So you get to dusk. Sun is mostly set in the west. What would you like to do?
I still feel like we shouldn't make a fire. Unfortunately, the horses, even if we can get in the dome, the horses, I mean, if there's a hungry T-Rex looking for food, then
Do we want to return to traveling at night?
I don't know. I mean, we have the dome, so
Yeah. I think we're okay.
And it's not terribly hot anymore. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry.
Well, we'll keep watch, and Starbolt will alert me if something's coming to the horses.
That's true.
I've had a nice long nap today, so I'm quite able to sort of stay up and help keep an eye on things if you'd like.
Extra set of eyes doesn't hurt.
Eyes. Yeah. Do double watch.
I'll take a watch.
Yeah.
All right, he'll Sakuthos will stay up for 6 hours and take a 2-hour nap, and then he should be good for the rest of the day.
Okay.
So he'll stay up pretty much until
Okay.
Arabelle gets up.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
I will take her shield. Are we putting up the dome?
Yep.
Are we doming it? Okay.
We're doming it.
Okay. 19, 14, and 5. 19.
All right. So that was your perception roll?
Mhm.
Okay. You don't notice anything that concerns you. At one point, you see Sakuthos has pulled a small bowl out of his pack, and he trots down to the water, fills it up, brings it back, and sits down cross-legged on the ground and begins making gestures over it.
I ask him I whisper to him, what is he doing?
He keeps going. Takes him about 10 minutes. And then he goes, I was curious. That's a big lizard.
Oh dear.
I wanted to see what was making all those roaring sounds.
What did you do?
He's very large.
Where is he?
He's roaming around in the grass. That's all I can tell you. That's all I see.
Close to here?
I don't know. Is wherever he is. But he's very big. Oh, wow. He just spotted something that he wants, apparently, because now he's running very, very fast. And, oh, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with that. Picks the bowl up and dumps the water out. Oh. Yes, let's definitely hope that he was running the other direction from us, because I don't want to see him do that to any one of us, especially me.
Right.
Uh-huh.
What was it that he...
Oh, it ate a panther of some kind. Panther with spots.
Oh, okay.
But if that cat was the size I think it is, oh gods, that is a very, very large lizard.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oof.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come for us.
Definitely.
I'll wake up the next whomever, or if I was in the middle of waking up. Gwenlaryn, are you taking second watch?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tell her about that.
Sakuthos is off to the side, trying to get the last of the water out of his bowl, and then he starts to pack it back into his backpack.
Sleep.
So, what do you do on your watch?
I check on the horses, and I patrol the area fairly close to the dome. I don't stray far from our campsite area,
Okay.
but I do want to check on the horses periodically.
All right. And if you would make me a perception roll, please, just in general.
So that would be 23.
Very nice. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary, except you do notice that as you begin patrolling, you pick up a small, slightly less than 3-foot shadow.
Sakuthos, is that you?
Yes.
Why are you following me?
I'm helping. I'm watching your back.
Oh, that's adorable.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
Well, I want to contribute somehow. I just haven't really
much
figured out how
appreciated.
yet, so I thought I'd do this, just in case.
This is very nice.
So the watch passes uneventfully.
I will continue to patrol until it's time to wake up the next watch.
Okay. And that, I believe, is Arabelle.
Okay, so I wake Arabelle and tell her Sakuthos has been helping me patrol. Everything's been quiet thus far.
Can I pray and watch at the same time, or is Tasha getting?
It's usually two of you, right?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
get up.
Okay.
So I'll be on.
I'm aware of things, but
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a little nap so that I'm ready for the rest of the day.
Okay.
And you see him kind of wander back over to the wagon. And he climbs up into the back of the wagon and disappears.
It's pretty short.
Okay.
All right. Then
Yeah.
Tasha, if you would, a perception check, please.
30.
Oh, yeah. You are able to see exactly the moment the sun crests the horizon. You see every bird flying in the air. You see every crab crawling on the beach. You see every small animal that scampers past where you've made camp. But what you don't see is anything that you're overly concerned about.
Excellent. Do I hear anything?
Just what you interpret as the normal sounds of the area.
That's good.
So. All right. The sun rises once again. Today it appears to be a little less cloudy. There's still noticeable clouds in the sky, but there are also patches of blue where the sun shines through. Looks like it's
Okay.
going to be a reasonably nice day. So, what would you like to do?
I mean,
Have some breakfast with some fresh fruit
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds good.
and hit the road.
All
How
right.
far do we think we are to the jungle?
You anticipate you'll get there today. You'll get to the edge of the jungle today.
Tasha, did you play your lute last night?
It did.
Okay.
And I,
Do they
I
have
will,
any scouts or anything? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off in it.
that's okay. I will play it a little bit this morning before we leave too.
Okay.
And I
So
will
noted.
play some of the siren songs that I learned.
Oh. Clever. Okay. You finish your breakfast, pack up the wagon, set off on your route along the coast. Yes.
Is it getting less grasslands and more jungly, or not yet still?
It's still grasslands, but you can see the edge of the jungle approaching. It starts off with just sort of a scattering of trees, and then it appears that the trees get more and more dense the further along you go.
Okay. Wow. I was just thinking how easy it would be to run on a grasslands as a big lizard versus in the jungle. But if he's super big, he can just knock all the trees down.
Yeah, it depends on how big and how big
It-
the trees
it-
are.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep our ears out then.
All right, if everyone will give me a perception check, please.
30.
23.
$11.
Ooh, 13.
I must
Wow.
have nodded off back there.
All right. Well, fortunately, you get to about midday, and again, you've seen some small critters, lots of birds. Tasha, you actually noticed a pair of eyes that almost looked to be glowing, staring out at you from down in the grass, and you were able to figure out that it was one of those spotted panthers who just kind of is looking and evaluating whether or not it's going to do anything, and as you pass by, it doesn't move. I mean, its head turns to watch you as you go, but it does not make any aggressive moves.
That's good.
That's right. Oh,
And you get to midday. Are you going to stop for lunch? Are you going to dig out food and eat while you continue? Or are you just going to skip the meal and go on?
I think
Number
we should
2.
Eat while we travel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. In the afternoon, if you will make me perception checks one more time for the day.
25.
18.
10.
All right. You are approaching the edge of the jungle. You see the first few trees probably an hour away or so, when Tasha and Arabelle, you something. You're not quite sure what, but something different.
Is it rumbling? Good lord, are we about to be attacked
And-
by a T-Rex?
What you realize is that you feel... It feels almost like impact tremors.
Everybody keep quiet.
And then everybody, you hear the roar. It's much closer.
Can you tell from which direction?
Yep. It is off to the right. It is like 90 degrees from the direction you're headed.
Which direction do you want to hurry in?
The opposite direction.
Well,
Jungle,
unless it's
right?
coming that way. I mean, we could also go forward or backward.
Well, we have the coast on one side, the dinosaur on the other, the jungle ahead, and open
Right.
grassland behind.
So if we run to the coast, there's only so far you can go.
So
Let's
just-
run to the jungle.
There is another roar. You
From a
think
different
maybe
direction?
nope, you think it's same direction, but you think maybe it's slightly louder. This time the horses notice.
Oh,
Gonna
fuck.
And 3 of them rear up and let out, you know, I hate to sound like Dr. Horrible, but a horrifying death whinny. Like they let out a cry of terror, and their
That's-
eyes have gone wild in their sockets. And the
As
other
they
one
would.
is kind of looking a little skittish, not as afraid, but 3 of them are terrified. And now you begin to feel those impact tremors, all of you, because they're more pronounced and they're getting closer together.
Oh, fuck.
Tasha or Zori, one of you can summon something, right? Like a creature.
Not me.
Didn't somebody summon something, or was that Athgar?
I can't summon anything. The only thing I can do is, but it's super close even.
Okay. Not in one fight we had somebody summon something. Maybe it was
Nope. I think we make a run for the jungle. That's all we've got.
okay, I'm gonna ask something terrible
Okay.
telepathically to my horse.
All right.
I don't. So does it cause you pain? Because I know that if you die, you come right back when I summon you again. Because you're magical. But will it cause you pain?
No, yes, I feel any sort of attack. But I'm quite willing to sacrifice myself for you.
Send him off the other way.
Well, I would hope that. Well, what I'm thinking is if I send you off past him, I can hopefully, if he starts running that way towards you, then I would be able to send you away before he actually got to you. But at least it would be a distraction of he might go after the horse.
Maybe.
Smart. Worth a try.
Is that okay, Starbull? I mean, I can dispel you and resummon you, hopefully. Because you can telepathically within a mile.
I will do whatever you wish me to do.
Okay. Can you try and run towards it and see if he'll follow you, and then tell me if he's getting close, and I'll poof you out so he doesn't hurt you?
I can also try to hide us all.
Ooh. You're not going to be able to ride the horses, though.
Yes, I will.
Tasha, could you do the dome around you and the horses and we could hide?
Can I fit the horses in the dorm?
Well, I know they don't fit with us, but
We can continue to run
okay.
silently and undetectably.
Do it.
The wagon?
So I cast Pass Without Trace.
All right. And what exactly does that do?
Is this
For the duration, which is up to an hour, a veil of shadows and silence radiates from me, masking me and my companions from detection. Each creature I choose within 30 feet has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
big stealth bonus?
All right. At this point, you see, as the thudding grows ever more present, you see coming out of the woods, out of the jungle, smashing past a couple trees, a huge creature. It does not look friendly.
Does it look like it sees us?
Make a perception check.
Oops.
Am I sending the horse?
No,
Mhm.
say keep
No.
it with us unless it spots us. If it spots us, then let's do your plan.
28.
Natural 20, 31.
This is perception.
Yeah.
9.
Oh,
I was busy casting.
Fair.
just one currently.
Yes. Let's see. All right. Everyone needs to, if you are trying to not be seen by this thing, everyone needs to make a stealth check.
Okay.
And I will
See.
roll for the horses.
So you've got a plus 10 bonus.
I got a 15, so 25. That was good. I mean,
16.
the
You said-
horses. I guess if we separate them from the cart, also they can. Frick, I don't know. Oh, girl,
38.
I'm gonna beat
Okay.
you into next week.
You got an extra 10.
Zorith?
Yeah, I got a 25.
Okay. Gwenlaryn?
And this is stealth.
Yeah, and you add plus 10
Oh.
for the
Oh.
pass without trace.
Oh, crap. No, I actually have more than that then.
Good, maybe it's an average.
33.
27.
Oh,
What'd you get, Gwenlaryn?
okay.
27.
27. Arabelle?
16.
16.
That's not horrible.
I got a 33.
Well, it is, oh,
But it doesn't count on skill checks as a fail. It just is only a 1.
right, right.
So 16.
Unfortunately for you, 2 of the horses have now stopped moving. They are both trying to run, but they are trying to run toward the water, while the other 2 horses are still trying to go the direction you were headed, and the cart is angled that direction. So what you have is a colossal clusterfuck.
Cut him loose.
But you hear very, very, very loudly now the creature roar, and it is moving at an incredible speed.
I run to the lead horses and grab their bridles in an attempt to control them.
At this point in time, before anybody does anything, I need you to roll initiative.
Ah, fuck.
Doesn't necessarily mean that
that's
you're
awkward.
going to fight this thing, but we're going to do it in initiative order because it is going to try and eat something.
Mine's a 28.
22.
17.
Okay. Zoreth.
9.
Very well.
We're gonna die
Gwenlaryn.
because there's 2 of them.
No, there's just one. But I also need
No,
you...
No, you said there were 2 roars.
There was a second roar from the creature.
Yeah, I misunderstood that.
I need all of you to place yourselves over here.
Over where?
Where is our cart?
It is over here too, as are the horses.
Over. I still don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been all together.
I'm not on the cart, so it's a little bit off. That's why.
Okay.
Because I'm on Starbolt.
Right.
Where's the cart?
Where we are.
Yep.
Approximately.
Okay.
All right. We will begin with Gwenlaryn.
Again, I silently move to the horses in the lead. I grab their bridles and I attempt to calm them.
All right. Make an what would this be?
Animal
Animal
handling.
handling.
Animal handling check. Yes.
22.
All right. Which horses are you trying to calm?
The lead 2 horses.
The lead 2 horses. Okay. You are able to successfully get them to stop trying to rip themselves out of the harnesses and away from the cart. They're still scared.
So I lead them. I've got them by their bridles, and I'm leading them away from the T-Rex.
Which direction? Because you'll be leading all 4 horses in the cart.
Right.
So, what direction are you sending them?
We were coming from the left, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to start leading them due south. So, into the jungle.
Okay.
So,
The
is this-
T-Rex is between us and the jungle, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess into the grasslands then.
There we go. Okay.
Can you
So
see
you're
where
sort
I
of
went?
leading them this way.
And how far did I just move?
What is your movement rate?
Well, my movement rate is normally 30 feet, but at the start of my first turn of each combat, my walking speed increases by 10 feet, which lasts until the end of that turn.
Okay,
So
and
it
you
should be
can
40
move a
feet.
total of 40 feet from wherever you were.
So how far is that? How many squares?
8. Each square is 5 feet.
So I just went 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All
And if
right.
everybody else is in the cart, then they would move as well.
Yep, except for Arabelle.
Right. She's not in the cart.
Right. So, Zorth and Tasha, if you will move your icons down to where the horse is. All right. Is there anything else you would like to do this round?
Nope. I think that's all I want to do.
All right.
Where's the thing? there we
Further
are.
south, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Tasha, it's your go.
So the horses are calm-ish.
They're scared, but
they're
being led.
skittish, but they're letting Gwenlaryn lead them.
Okay. I'm just gonna continue towards the jungle.
Just gonna stay on the cart and hold your action.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna ready an action?
I'm gonna ready.
Knock an arrow.
Okay. What
Well,
are you gonna do?
I'm sorry, I'm looking. Hold on. I'm gonna ready shatter
Okay.
just in case.
And what's the trigger?
I don't know.
Well,
Like-
under what conditions are you going to release that spell this round?
If it comes running towards us.
And
If it
gets
comes
within
to-
a certain distance.
Yeah, if it gets within 20 feet, then I'm gonna cast it.
Okay. All right. Arabelle.
Yes. I see where they went. I am going to let's see if I can do this. Find the spell that will actually work.
That's always the question.
Well, right, because it says on a creature, so you can't just cast it like at the ground, right?
Right.
That's dumb. Then I'm going to cast. So I'm going to use my movement to slide off of Starbolt and onto the ground flat. Like just slide off the side and go kind of prone.
Okay.
Going to have Starbolt run out like towards the water, out this way.
Okay.
Oh, the opposite direction of the cart and the horses. And then I'm going to cast Sky Flare above Starbolt to get the T-Rex's attention.
All right.
So now you're on the ground.
Yep. But hopefully he won't see me on the ground in the grass. Because I'm like right on the edge of the grass, so I'm going to hit the grass. Doesn't help. And see if he will go after Starbolt. So I will fall to the ground. I don't really want to make any movement other than that in case the light hits my armor. At least this round. Bye, Starbolt. Be careful.
Yikes.
Well, like I said,
Alas, poor Starbolt. I knew you well.
He'll come back tomorrow. Or later today. Right after.
Okay. Now it's the T-Rex's turn.
Oh boy.
And the T-Rex seems to be focused on the largest creature that it sees. And because it's a big, dumb lizard, it thinks the horses in the cart are a creature.
Oh Jesus.
It can see us.
Yes. It can see two of the horses
Why?
because they did not make very good stealth rolls.
Oh, fuck.
And it got a 22 for perception. So, and with incredible speed, it closes the distance. And just as it reaches that point, it just leans down, opens its mouth, and roars.
I don't get revivified till next level, sorry.
Oh.
All four of the horses scream and rear up, and
boy.
one of them gets tangled up in the harness and falls on its side.
Oh God.
But that's all it's going to do this round. That's all it can do this round.
Right.
It basically blew everything getting to you. So, Zorith. Well, actually, no. Tasha, you were holding Shatter until it got within 20 feet. Well, it's 5 feet away from the cart.
Okay. Shatter. So that does 3d8 of concussive thunder damage. And the save is 16 con.
All right. Let's see what it's got. Roll your damage.
$20 points.
You, as if in response to this creature's roar, create a loud, ringing bell tone that you see the creature respond to, kind of rearing back and turning its head, like trying to get away from the sound. But it doesn't appear to be hurt, or if it is, it's minor.
Okay.
Zorith.
I am going to. What does poisoned do? Remind me.
The condition poisoned? I
Yeah.
think it sets someone at disadvantage for attacks and skill checks, if I remember correctly. Let me look it up to be sure.
Yeah, it won't. Like, you know how sometimes how you can like click on something and it pulls up something else, but poisoned does not pull up.
Poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay, good. I did remember right. That's always fun.
If you click on the active conditions on your D&D Beyond, it lists them all, and if you click on them, it tells you what it is.
I would not have any
that's a
idea
fast
where active conditions are. Oh. Oh.
And then it lists all of the types and then tells you what they do.
Nice. Thanks for that. I didn't know.
Thanks, D&D Beyond.
D&D.
Always helpful. Not a sponsor, but we love them.
Right. So now which one was it that was poisoned? Okay. I'm going to panic. And then not panic. And I'm going to cast Ray of Sickness at 4th level twice. Because I'm going to...
Okay.
So I'm going to cast it. Ranged spell attack. 10 plus 10, 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh, yeah, because I'm holding on to my, yeah, so it's 20 to hit.
That will hit.
So then I get to roll my. Okay.
Now, what is its save? What is its spell save? Like, what does it need to roll against?
Con saving throw?
Yes.
Wait.
So what is your spell DC? That's to see if it actually becomes poisoned.
Normally it tells me con 16, but this one just says plus 10, so hold on.
It's a roll to hit. There's not usually a save.
Well, this is a roll to hit for the spell to hit and do damage. Then the creature has to make a con save, and on a failed save, it is then poisoned until the end of your next turn.
I think it's con 16. I'm assuming that's what most of my things are.
Okay.
16s.
Oh, sorry, natural 20. So the first time it just takes damage. So go ahead and roll the damage for the spell.
Okay, so 20 plus 19, 39
Nice.
for the first one,
Okay.
and then roll to hit for the second one. That's an 11, so 21 will hit.
Good job.
21 to hit, obviously. Right?
21 will hit. It
Okay.
did make it save again. It has a very high con bonus.
Of course it does. 16 plus. Ugh. 26.
Nice job, Nick.
Not as good as it could be.
Reaching out and pointing with both hands, one after the other, and sending two streams of that blackish green sickness at the creature. It takes both hits and actually stumbles. It stumbles back a half step, and it tries to roar again, but this time doesn't really come out as a roar. It comes out more as a gurgle.
Wow.
Well
done.
It is kind of like shaking its head, like it's trying to shake something off, and the color of its scales has faded.
Nice job, Nikki.
Does Sakuthos get to go?
Yes, he does.
Not that he knows what he's doing. I mean, he might.
Got some magic.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. I got me an Eldritch Blast.
Oh, I need to.
Let's see. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do.
I'm going to try and hit it with an Eldritch Blast.
And he succeeds.
Better than nothing. Oh, good. Oh, and I gotta take off
and rolled max damage.
Nice.
So 15 points of damage.
Nice.
And actually blasts a patch of scales off near its left shoulder. And there's actually a bare and bleeding section of flesh there now.
Maybe it will run. It just took 100 points of damage in 6 seconds. It's probably not used to getting hurt.
Gwenlaryn, we are back to you, top of round 2.
I cast fear on the dinosaur,
All right.
which projects a phantasmal image of the creature's worst fears. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or drop whatever it's holding and become frightened for the duration. It must
Nice.
take the dash action and move away.
All right.
Very
What
cool.
is its difficulty for the wisdom save?
16.
But wisdom, they're not very smart.
That's what I'm hoping.
All right. Well, you cast the spell, and the creature is still looking. And turns and slowly, ponderously begins to run the opposite direction.
Oh,
Nice.
well, I figure between all
Awesome.
the damage and then seeing something really scary, maybe it'll just go away. I immediately set to calming the frightened horses and trying to get the horse that fell back on its feet.
Yes, me too.
All right.
I'm looking for Arabelle.
I'm in the grass.
I'm a snake. I'm a slippery snake.
All right. Tasha, you're up next.
Oh, I help Gwenlaryn with the horses. I get down off of the cart and
Okay.
help calm the horses.
Okay.
How far did he move away from us?
He will on his turn.
Oh, okay. Well, that means he's gonna be. Oh, okay.
Arabelle.
All right.
You see the creature turning. It's turning toward the beach.
Towards the beach. Okay. I'm gonna tell Starbolt to, well, whatever direction Starbolt's left is, right? Because I'm
That would be
assuming
west.
yeah, because the dinosaur will probably run straight, right? Like, so have him kind of go to the side and circle around back to the cart,
Okay.
but not fast. So I don't want it now. He doesn't need to be a distraction for the dinosaur. It doesn't appear.
Okay.
If the dinosaur, I keep saying dragon, is looking towards the beach, he is likely to run right past me. So I am going to stay where I am.
Okay.
I will ready guiding bolt, but only throw it at it if when he runs, he appears that he's going to see me and decide to attack. So I'll probably lose the spell, but I will ready it just at second level.
Okay. All right. On his turn, he completes the U-turn.
Whoa, that's some spicy lunch.
And takes off at the same pace you saw him running towards you. He is now running away from you.
Wow.
And that is his action.
He's still where we need to go, though.
20.
He's headed towards the jungle.
Straight into the trees.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Well, he's going to be scared for a while.
Yeah.
Zorith?
So we might be able to use that.
I cast magic missile.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
Or
being
not.
does attacking him do anything?
You don't know. You have no expertise with a fear spell.
Well, then I guess, hold on. He is out of our way, though, right?
Well, except that, as
Oh.
was said, he's going exactly the same direction you need to go.
Oh, do I know anything about fear?
Make an Arcana check.
Ugh, my internet connection is unstable.
Is it a spell that you can cast at the moment?
Ooh, that's a natural 18. It is not, but would I
Okay.
know anything about it?
That's what the Arcana check is going to determine.
Arcana 24.
24. You remember learning about creating magical fear in class, but you don't remember a lot of details. You remember that if it takes effect, it's fairly potent. You also remember that once the subject who has been made fearful is out of sight of the caster, it can throw off the fear.
Yeah, we should still get out of here fast.
Well, we have to. I mean, Arabelle.
We just need to go around.
I'm whipping around looking for Arabelle.
I'm
Until
on
he
the
gets-
ground, but you can see Starbolt is looping around to come to you guys.
Yep.
Okay, so she's coming back to us.
Then I will hold my action, I guess.
All right.
And if he comes back within, I don't know, within, oh shoot. I just changed my thing looking for fear. Hold on.
Past the hut.
Me.
You do?
Yeah.
Would there be room inside the hut for you and the horses?
Yeah. Right?
I think we've decided that before. It's tight. It's what?
But can she keep them calm?
Yeah, I can keep them
Well,
calm.
they shouldn't be able to hear them outside of the hut, right?
No, you can hear everything outside of the dome, but they can't hear you.
Right.
Yes.
Stupid internet.
Oh,
Don't be stupid.
actually, no. Well, I don't know. Do the horses qualify as medium or large? They're medium creatures, aren't they? Or
Yeah.
are they large?
I think they're medium.
They're large. I think Starbolt. I mean,
They
medium.
are draft horses are large. So no, you would not be able to put them in the hut with you. It says the spell fails if its area includes a larger creature than medium size, or more than 9 creatures. So
She would know
nope,
that, so
that
she
won't
wouldn't
work.
throw it up.
Yeah.
Boo, boo, boo.
I was hoping we could hide them until it loses interest.
Apparently not.
There we have polymorph.
I do have polymorph.
Can you cast it 4 times?
She'd only need to cast it once.
I can only cast it 3 times.
Well, she'd need to cast it once per horse.
Can't you do it on more than one? Is it just one creature?
I think so.
All you need to do is polymorph your stupid T-Rex.
It transforms a creature.
So the T-Rex becomes a sheep. Wow.
So I could transform myself into a T-Rex
Right.
and beat
Is
the
there
crap.
Well, this is still Zorth's turn.
Okay.
So
Oh, I said I held my action.
you held your action. Okay. So
I hold Ray of Sickness if he comes back. Within, I think I was looking at how close it was. My internet now is making me very unhappy.
okay. Sakuthos goes, "You keep running!" and casts Eldritch Blast again. And misses it by a mile.
How many feet away is it at
60
this
feet.
time? It's 60 feet away.
Oh no, it's much further. From let's see, from you, it is 110 feet away.
If it comes within 60, that's when my Ray of Sickness will go off.
Whose turn? Can we go out of turn, or are we still in
Um,
combat?
yeah, technically we can skip out of initiative because it is fleeing.
Okay. So I can move 30 feet,
Okay.
which is what? 10, 20, 30 here?
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's not. Is that, yeah, that's me. So 10, 20, 30. And then it's now within 80 feet.
Correct.
I'm going to cast on it Hunter's Mark
Okay.
at 3rd level. And that allows me to track the creature
Mm-hmm.
for until the spell ends.
Ooh.
And when I cast it using a spell slot of 3rd or 4th level, I can maintain that concentration on the spell for up to 8 hours.
Okay.
So I know where
Nice.
it goes for the next 8 hours.
All right.
Nice.
I'll move up to the group. And Starbolt should join us. You tell Starbolt to go to go up to the other horses and try and kind of, be the alpha horse.
Calm him down. Oh. Jeez, you guys.
All
It's
right.
just a dragon.
The horses.
Like he'll stand between them and where the T-Rex went and, be all like, we got this. It's okay.
All right.
In horse talk.
He's
Horses
their hype.
talk, right?
He's their hype man. We got this.
He's a big horse.
We got this.
They do seem to calm a little bit more
Good.
when Starbolt gets up to them. like his presence is reassuring to them as well. So, Gwenlaryn, you are able to tell that the T-Rex continues to put distance between you and it.
I tell them he's still running.
Good.
And I can tell where he's running. So
Yeah, you
he's-
know where he is.
He's still running deeper into the jungle.
Yes.
All right. So I guess we slowly move towards the jungle.
But kind of giving a wide berth.
Right. All right. As you what's the right phrase? As you move, depending on Gwenlaryn, to keep track of where this creature is, you slowly ease the horses back into a walk and begin to move toward the edge of the jungle, which contains somewhere your destination, the camp of the Sasaran. And that's where we're going to stop tonight.
All right.
One wounded T-Rex roaming the jungle.
Yeah, that's not going to go badly.
I'm sure it'll all be fine.
All fine here.
We're all good here now, thanks. How are you?
How are you?
All right. However,
Brilliant.
there is one thing you should know.
Uh,
You are level 10.
Did we level?
we love
Yay!
I get 3rd level spells. Yay!
Woohoo!
So between now and the next time we play, you will need to level your characters, do everything but roll your hit points.
You want to
We'll-
do that now or next
We'll
week?
do that first thing when we play next time.
Okay.
Excellent.
Woohoo.
So
Excellent.
I will admit the T-Rex fight didn't go exactly as I thought it would, but that was very clever using fear on it. So
Very good.
I have no complaints.
I don't think I do anything but get spells this level.
Good job.
Right. Well, while you figure all that out, we'll go ahead and say goodnight to everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. You can send us a message from our website, which is artifactsworldswide.com. We'd be happy to hear from you, and we will do our best to answer any questions you have.
One quick announcement. Next week is our 1-year streaming anniversary. So
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wow.
So please make sure to join us next week on the 22nd.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. We've been talking about it. It's been coming up. We knew it.
It doesn't seem like a year, though.
No, that's because it's all COVID time. So
Right.
It seems like 10, but
Yeah.
but yeah, very exciting. Happy anniversary.
Well,
To
we'll
us.
be
To
yeah.
us.
that will be fun. We'll have to see if we could figure out something cool and unique to do. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Brilliant.
so until next time, remember, stay safe, stay sane, do whatever's right for you health-wise in terms of this lingering pandemic crap that we have to deal with. If you've been vaccinated, thank you. The whole world thanks you for helping get us closer to herd immunity. If you haven't been vaccinated yet and you were able to be vaccinated, please consider it and wear your mask. Just remember, the end goal is to keep as many people as possible healthy. So do whatever's the right thing to see that happens. And again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next Tuesday night when we welcome you once again back to the lands of Aecathan. Good night, everybody.